G'day, Shah here. I just wanted to do a really quick video today covering a little bit of an unboxing and going through some very brief reasons as to why I am actually going with the GoPro Hero 12 here, the Black Creator Edition. Now, those who actually follow the channel would have seen that very recently I upgraded my video camera, and one of the reasons why I have decided to go and actually upgrade my GoPro is I've been using a GoPro 7 for quite a while now, and I've been finding it really difficult to sort of match footage, so that's why we're swapping over to this. Now, I've already actually unboxed this, so just in terms of the box here, it just gives you a little bit of a what's in the box on the outside. Now, one of the great things about this edition, and again, it's not going to be for everybody, is I do like that it's got a case, something that's quite handy. The first thing that you're greeted with when you actually open the case itself is that you need to upgrade and update the software or firmware, as it were, on the camera itself before you can actually use it. And that was why I actually went through and have already done so with the camera. Now, you'll be first presented here with everything you need. Here's the camera itself. Now, you may have noticed that it's got a little bit of a different finish on the outside, a sort of a speckled finish on the outside, which is kind of nice. So one of the reasons why I mainly actually picked this kit itself was the case, and I've found myself in the past that if I haven't been paying attention when I film at times, I sometimes end up with a finger in the road somewhere, and you know, it doesn't really make for a very good experience, and that's why I wanted to get this set up with this case, and I'll go into the details of the case in a minute, but that's one of the things. Now, in terms of an upgrade and a comparison between the Hero 7, which I had previously, what this actually features now is a little screw-in mount for a tripod, as you'll see right there. And you'll also see that it's got flip-out feet, and that goes to a traditional GoPro mount, which mounts directly to the camera itself, which is really, really handy. So that's just the camera. Now, the case itself here, there's a few sort of things to note on here. You've got a power button on the side, which will have to match up. Record button on top, a cold shoe here. The case itself also has a microphone that is included in the case. And you'll see here, there is a little dead cat that goes on there and fits on quite snugly. It's got a little plastic mount on it, so it fits on very snug and it's not going anywhere. That's something that's really handy. I find, especially with the GoPro, occasionally I just want to quickly film something, and if I've got the added option of having good audio, that's something that's going to be really handy. And there's a couple of different sort of parts to that as well. One is having that microphone there will be very handy, and the second is that if I want to actually plug in the existing microphone that I have here, which is a Rode Wireless Go 2, I can just plug it straight in there, and I can plug the bass unit into that cold shoe there or that cold shoe there on the top, either the one on the side or the top, so that'll be really handy. And also here you've got a micro HDMI and a USB input. Now we'll get to why that USB-C input right there is there in a minute. Now, one of the things you will need to do, and it's something to note with this case itself, is in order to put the camera in the case, you need to actually have the side door off. Now this side door was a little bit sort of tight for me the first couple of times I did it, and I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. It's something that will sort of loosen up a little bit after you've done it a couple of times, and once you've done it a couple of times it becomes really easy to do. Now getting that side gate off is quite easy as well. Basically just open the door to where you sort of start feeling tension and then just pull it sideways and it clips off very, very easily. Now what you'll see now is you've got a USB-C right there next to the battery, and your old SD card goes in there just where it used to go, so nothing's really changed there. Now that USB-C that fits in there will actually plug into the case itself. So that fits in there nice and snug, and you'll see power button here will match with power button here, and that just clips into place. So now that is a really sturdy and you know, quite well set up little unit. Now you've got access to the ports at the back, something I'm definitely liking. And with that in mind, going up to the handle itself. Now the handle here, you'll see you've got your standard GoPro attachment per usual there onto the handle. Now I won't touch that right now, but to give you an idea, what actually happens is you attach via there. Now this handle actually has a battery in it as well as being a remote control, and this is one of the reasons why I personally wanted to get it. It may not suit everybody because, you know, you're only going to be using the remote here when the play and action buttons are, you know, literally inches away. But it's something that I'm going to find really handy if I can walk around and shoot there and just basically use my thumb to quickly shoot and turn on and off. It's going to be something that's really handy, and change modes and whatnot as well. So the other thing as well is that this USB here actually goes into the camera itself, and that adds an extra charge as well. I'll put the extra charge that it gives you on screen here. So in terms of giving you extra battery, it's something that's going to be really, really handy. One thing I have noticed, however, really quickly, is I don't actually have the camera attached as yet, but you'll see that it's sort of pulling the camera slightly to the right there because this cord here is quite firm, and you'll see really close in as well, it's slightly skewing that USB-C port, so that may become an issue at some stage later on. What I would probably do in the interim is just sort of try and stretch this thing out or uncoil it a bit when I'm attaching it, and it's something I'll do once I do finally get around to getting the unit set up. I'll make sure that I perhaps try and stretch the cord out a little bit as well. Alright, well that's going to be it for us this week. Next week when we catch up, we're going to go further into the Volta grip and taking a look at the other features it actually has in place, and discuss a little bit more about the media mod and the Volta grip together. We'll see you then.